So that was a really interesting lethal there from a friend of mine, Magma004. If you guys are interested in creative decks, if you guys are interested in seeing fun decks that utilise cards that you don't see very often, give Magma004 a Twitter follow, because I mean, as you saw there, Umbra, Zombie Chow, Corrupted Healbot is what killed me. That was pretty cool. So give Magma004 a follow on Twitter. You won't be disappointed. He's a really cool chap and comes out with some really interesting deck ideas that still do really well on the ladder. Now, today's focus, however, is a deck by another friend of mine on Twitter, Beardyman. You've seen me feature Beardyman's decks before. Now, this deck is his big OTK Mage. Now, he calls it the sometimes OTK Mage, and the reason for that is because pulling off the OTK combo is actually quite difficult. Basically, the stars have to align to make it happen. You play Luna's Pocket Galaxy, discount the cost of minions in your deck, make them cost 1, and then you play Drakkari Enchanter, you play Ragnaros, and double Faceless Manipulator, and essentially you get a board full of rags, and Drakkari Enchanter ensures that the rag 8 damage burst goes off more than once at the end of the turn, and you kill your opponent. Now, I've not had an opportunity to pull off that combo yet. I've not been lucky enough to be in a position where I can pull it off. However, the deck is still incredibly fun to play regardless. It plays a bit like a control mage. You have AoE, Blizzard, Flame Strike, Dragon's Fury, so control the board through that. Polymorph to hit single targets. You have Frostitch Jaina for unlimited water elemental value, and if you need board presence in the late game, Dragon Caller Alana can just be game winning in her own right. So still a really fun deck to play. I know Beardyman uses this deck to chill out and have a bit of fun, and that's what it is, right? It's a deck to chill with, a deck to just have fun with. And on that basis, I was too afraid to play on the ladder. So we're going to have some fun on casual mode today. That is rare for me. Most of my videos showcase ladder matches, but I think with this deck, I just need a little bit more practice with it, and maybe a little bit more luck with it as well. So we are playing casual mode. Now, casual mode can be glorious, right? Casual mode can be even more fun than the ladder because people don't take it so seriously. And you get a mixture of top tier decks on casual mode, and you see decks that, well, are rare. You see decks with Murlocs. You see decks with cards that never make an appearance on the ladder, and that makes casual mode more interesting, at least for me. Now, he's just played a pirate, so there are two assumptions here. Assumption number 1, that this is Kingsbane Rogue. Assumption number 2, he more than likely has patches in his hand. Which really sucks for him, and I feel sorry for him, because that kind of luck with patches only happens when you play on the ladder, right? That's where it all just goes wrong, on the ladder. So for it to happen in a casual game really sucks for him. But playing the Doomsayer there hopefully gives us an opportunity to get back in the driving seat, take the initiative. But no, he's going to kill it.
This guy's toast.
Quite easily too. Okay, so I think there is only one play here, and I think it's the Deathlord. Coining Dragon's Fury just to kill those two at this point in the game feels bad. So Deathlord there, pretty solid. Now I'm going to make an assumption that he kills it, and then something will come out from his deck, and then we can Dragon's Fury. But let's see if he's got the extra 2 damage to deal with the Deathlord here.
So many options.
Both minions on board, plus the dagger. That's only 7. No? Okay, he doesn't have the damage. So on that basis, I'm not going to Dragon's Fury this turn. There's no point. I can simply ping and go face. We'll let him kill the Deathlord. Assuming he'll trade with the 4/4 here to preserve the 3/1. Okay, so Shiny Finder means it's Kingsbane, confirmed. Okay, doesn't trade with the 4/4. And that's really interesting. Huh. Okay, we could just Blizzard here. Happy to keep Dragon's Fury in hand. Blizzard on curve is decent there. I mean, Dragon's Fury probably would have been a full board clear. But we're in no rush.
Halt! Who goes there? Halt!
Wow.
Who goes
Double
there?
Hedge Clan Thug. And I say we're in no rush. I mean, that Kingsbane weapon can get buffed up quite quickly if he finds deadly poisons, if he finds Tinker's Oil.
Reality. Woven.
So gaining a bit of armour makes me feel a little bit safer here. Once we get to turn 9 and we play Frostitch Jaina, I think we're in a good position to win the game. Because we just get the unlimited water elemental value, and those water ellies can just keep freezing his face. So he can't attack with Kingsbane. But for now, it's turn 8, and we have two options. The Lich King or Medivh. Which one do I want to play? I'm going to play Medivh.
Again? So kind of you to join me.
That is such a cool entrance. Such a cool entrance. Great little musical number as well to introduce Medivh onto the board. A card that doesn't see much play these days, Medivh. You may see him in Reno Mage. But you don't see much of Reno Mage. Okay.
Blood and plunder.
He's trying to buy a bit of tempo there with the sap. That's pretty decent for him. Okay, I'm not complaining. It's 5/4. It's a bit of pressure. Oh, and we get we get the Pyroblast. Now he knows that I've got this big spell, right? But Pyroblast, interestingly, is a good way to see out lethal in a game, because you've just got to get yourself to a point where your opponent is at 10 health, and then count down from there. So let's just start damaging him here. Firelands Portal to the face, minions to the face, and yeah, we just set up lethal for next turn. Don't even need the Pyroblast. But yeah, that 10 damage Pyroblast can provide an unexpected lethal. Your opponent may feel safe at 10 health, especially if you don't have much on the board. But then you just Pyroblast their face, and then they're sad. Okay, heading into our next game, and it's against a Druid. So, assuming it's going to be a slower game, or maybe not. That's a quest Druid. But I was going to say that having Frostitch Jaina in hand in slow matchups is pretty good, I think. Yes, she's costing 9. Yes, you may not be able to play her till turn 9. But knowing that she's there and knowing that you are going to be able to play her eventually is a comforting feeling. Okay, so this game is going to be pretty fascinating. See, you don't see Quest Druid on the ladder. And Deathlord here actually feels pretty bad. Because once he kills it, something big's going to come out. But I felt that I needed to do something on turn 3. So playing it I thought was fine. Okay, what does he get? What does he get? Okay. That's really, really bad for me. Okay, so we're supposed to use Faceless Manipulator with Ragnaros and Drakkari Enchanter, but look, getting a Tyrantus is pretty decent. And we're nearly dead. We're nearly dead. I think I have to trade my Tyrantus in. And this is not how you're supposed to use the Emperor, by the way, with this deck. You're supposed to get the Emperor discount on your Rags, on your Drakkari Enchanter, on your Faceless Manipulators. Oh dear lord. But I just felt the need to play something threatening there. Something which would, you know, force his hand and he'd have to try and deal with it. Actually, he doesn't care about the Emperor. Because he's just got another bloody Tyrantus on the board. He doesn't care. He's just going to hit face for 12 again.
Do not fear.
So, in response to that, we play Jaina. Because now we can freeze Tyrantus. We can't kill it easily, but we can at least freeze it. I mean, we have Flame Strike, right? So we could trade both minions in and Flame Strike. But his quest is now complete. And we're in a bit of trouble. Okay. He's now going to kill the Emperor. But where is that Tyrantus going? It goes face. Of course it does.
Reality.
So we want to gain a bit of armor here. And he's going to load up the board. Okay, Polymorph. Pretty good. 2 Polymorphs in hand for other big minions that he plays. That Tyrantus is still a problem though. But we can freeze it again next turn. Okay. His big threats are now super cheap. It's kind of the same as playing Luna's Pocket Galaxy, I guess. Except for him, it's a tad more consistent. So, just keeping Tyrantus on ice there. Oh, there's our Pyroblast. Keep the armor going. Okay, that's an egg. Alright, fair enough. I guess we can get some value there once we Dragon's Fury and trigger the Death Rattle. Oh boy. Okay, at least that doesn't have Rush. So, there's another one. Well, we have Blizzard. I think that's reasonable. The question is, do I want to pair the Blizzard and the Polymorph, perhaps? Does it matter?
I must decide.
Because we can Blizzard. And then next turn we can Flame Strike, maybe? And then use our hero power as well and trade something in. So maybe I want to preemptively use the hero power now, get that minion down, put it in Flame Strike range. He's got to know what's coming, right? He's got to be looking at the health totals on these minions and seeing the number 4 and thinking, okay, there's going to be a Flame Strike.
Join the pack.
Ah, look at him go. Branching paths, okay. He thinks gaining armor is going to save him. Oh, he draws a card too. Sure. Oh look, there it is. Luna's Pocket Galaxy. We still have Ragnaros in the deck. And we still have Drakkari Enchanter. And there's a Faceless Manipulator. So I think we've only used one Faceless up to this point. So the dream is certainly still alive in terms of our combo. Just not sure if we're going to be pulling it off in this game. I suspect our priority... Oh god. I suspect our priority is... why does he keep getting that back? Our priority is to deal with threats on the board. So we're going to have to probably use, what, Polymorph, the Dragon's Fury... Okay. We just plop the Doomsayer down, make him deal with it, make him trade the Tyrantus into the Doomsayer, make him feel bad about doing that. Since we've played Jaina, our health total has progressively increased. To the point where now even that 12-12 Tyrantus is not terribly threatening. Okay, so Beardyman, if you're watching this, I've played Luna's Pocket Galaxy. And I've just realised, by the way, Luna's Pocket Galaxy played getting a discount on Dragoncaller Alana, making her cost 1 is actually insane in this deck. I've just realised that. Anyway, Tyrantus goes face. Where else would he go? But we'll just keep freezing him. And I think this is a perfect example of where Dragoncaller Alana can just end the game.
I can't win them
all. The board presence from those dragons is just so significant in the late stages of the game, especially where you're hitting fatigue. Okay, so Beardyman's big, sometimes OTK Mage. Tremendously fun deck to play, guys. Tremendously fun deck to play. Look, I never got the opportunity to play Drakkari Enchanter, Faceless Manipulator, and Ragnaros with the Luna's Pocket Galaxy discount or an Emperor discount. I never got the opportunity to pull that off. But I still had a lot of fun playing the deck. surely surprising a few people when you play Dragoncaller Alana. It's like, who the hell plays that card in 2019? Well, this deck plays it, and it does pretty well. Playing Medivh in this deck and getting great value from your spells. I've not played this on the ladder yet. I'm not brave enough. But if I were to play this on the ladder, I would imagine that against certain aggro decks, so Odd Paladin, maybe Kingsbane Rogue, I think you would be pretty much favoured, because once you get Jaina live against Kingsbane Rogue and you start getting Water Elementals, you freeze their face constantly, stop them attacking with Kingsbane. I think that just wins you the game. Against Odd Paladin, the dudes are at low health and you have armor gaining from the Arcane Artificer, you have Dragon's Fury, Blizzard, Flame Strike that can just keep the board clear. Against Q-Block or against Warlock decks that play big demons, you have double Polymorph, and I think that's really, really significant, and maybe you can outvalue them in the late game. Big Priest, double Polymorph. Massive, massive help. So, would I recommend that you try this deck on the ladder? I'm going to have to ask Beardyman for advice. Beardyman, if you're watching this, can you leave a comment in the comments section below just telling us how this deck fares on the ladder? Maybe you can give us a breakdown of the good matchups and the bad matchups, because I know you played this deck to chill and to have fun. I don't think you use this deck as a serious ladder deck, but if you've got any suggestions for people that do want to try this on the ladder, I think we'd all be very happy to hear them. So, thank you very much for joining me, everyone, and I think you'll all agree that Beardyman there is certainly more handsome than Medivh, so I think we can replace Medivh's face with the face of Beardyman. The question is, what is in the drink then that Beardyman is drinking? And I think he did respond to me on Twitter, and he said it's the tears of all of his opponents that have been killed by the Drakkari Enchanter Ragnaros combo. So yeah, drinking the tears of your opponents. That's such a cool thing to do. Okay, so thanks so much for joining me, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun.